We have a jam locked here, where one of the knobs or the door knobs is working. This one works fine, but it's locked on the outside, even though this technically is in open position, where the button is actually here, even though it is secure, but it's obviously the lock needs to be changed. Here we have a new lock set, bought off any DIY shops, readily available. Well, it's a cylinder door lock. Here we have an entire set, and what we're going to do is we're going to remove this and fit it into the door. I'm going to remove this and change it to the brand new unit. Let's start by removing the two screws found on the lock. Over here is a star screwdriver. I'm going to start off by removing the screws. I'm unscrewing this door lock. It's a pretty easy process and can be done with any usual star screwdriver. Remove both screws here. We have now removed the two screws here, so we go to the back of the door to remove the back part or the rear part of the lock. So to start off, you'd see notice a small recess here. You need to jam your screwdriver inside to get this out, to pry it open. See notice how easily it comes out. First step is to loosen that, and you may have instances where it's been painted over. It may be a little bit harder to pry open, but you need to pry this open, and that's easy as that. Secondly, do you see this recess over here? Well, we need a tool which you can get which would be found in your new lock set. This little thing here. This little device, the key that is provided with the new lock set, will now be used. You need the tip here to pierce this little recess where it will fit in. There will be a little thing to jam, to push, and all you need to do is once you've done that, the entire thing will come loose. It's come off. As easy as that. Well, the next step is to remove this thing. Now that you've removed it, rid of that, and then what you need to do is you need to remove both these screws. Again, you need a star screwdriver. And what we're going to do is remove both of these. We start off by removing both these screws. Easy enough it is. One screw removed, we start with the next one. Sometimes we're lucky, like this one, where it comes off pretty easily. You may also encounter a lock which may be very old or be totally jammed, then you may need to pry it open, but most locks would just be pretty easy to remove and replace. You can now easily remove this. Here you can see the lock set. Now that we remove, we're going to push this through. It's easy as that. The doorknob's removed. Everything comes off pretty easily. Okay. Here's the new lock. Well, we're going to remove and replace the old lock with this now. Try. Use the same pin and then remove this part from the lock. This is the new knob set. We have removed the lock set, remove the head. So remove this, everything comes off, it's screwed on. Remove the plate. And what you need to do is now replace this into the existing door lock position, making sure that the lock goes on the outside of the door and your inside is here. Once you fitted this in, you need to make sure that this piece is very important, that this should face here. Okay, that's where the catch, the lock pin set will go. They are all standard size, as you note. It will sit right in. What you next need to do now, you need to connect this lock set completely, making sure that this side is on the inside. You slide it out and push it in, and it slides right in. To check that it's connected properly, move the knob from the outside and you'll notice that it works. Easy. What you next do, take this set and you fit it here. We now remove the screws. We need the new screws to insert this plate. Make sure that these holes are aligned with this hole on the locks where the screw will lock in. Do a quick check. Place it there and start with the first screw. Now that it's aligned, start screwing it fully, but don't lock it totally until you fit both screws. Start with the second screw. Before you secure it fully, do a quick check that the lock actually works perfectly. Here I am, I'm winding the thing, and you know everything is secured, it's all in place. Now you can go ahead and fully tighten the screw. Screws. Now you'll need 2 more screws, which would have been readily provided in your new lock set. You're going to secure this in. One at a time. Again, we check the lock is working fine. That's fine. Again, just give it a quick one last check that it's working perfectly, everything's moving. And now we come to the last part where we need to fit doorknob on the inside. This unit is actually just a screw type, which makes it so much easier. Some locks will have a pin, some will come with a screw type lock. And here it is, nicely secured. You don't want to press it in too deeply, it's difficult to remove it later on. And here we go. So if you're not too sure how this locks in, all you need to do is slide it in, push it in, and the hole clicks in, and voila, it's all ready. It's perfectly done. Let's test the lock. Usually it comes with 2 to 3 sets of keys, pairs of keys. And here we go. That's it, all done and ready to be used. So next time you have a lock issue, a lock problem, well, just walk down to the nearest hardware shop, pick up a lock set and try this on your own. It'd save a lot of money, and it'd be a nice handy fence job, a DIY project for yourself. All in all, it just took me a few minutes to do this. Do try it out and comment below.